Let me share with you the screen so you can see some questions I'm going to make. First, I'm going to tell you to help me completing these sentences of what we should or shouldn't do to protect the environment, okay? So, can you see the screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. About the first picture, guys, what do you think? We should plant more trees or we shouldn't? What do you think? We should. We should, exactly. Thank you, Salome. So we should plant more trees to save the environment. What about the shower? What do you think, Santiago? We should or we shouldn't have showers instead of baths?
Should?
We should, definitely, we should have showers instead of baths. Sí, deberíamos ducharnos rápido en lugar de tener largos baños, ¿no? What about number 3? We campfire shouldn't, good. We shouldn't, no deberíamos, ¿no? We shouldn't. We shouldn't light campfires in the forest. What about the next? Use public transports. Do we should or shouldn't use public transport?
Should.
We should, right? In order to avoid pollution, we should use the public transport. What about replacing the bulbs with LED lights? What do you think?
We should.
We should, definitely. Thank you, Michelle. We should replace all bulbs with LED lights. No deberíamos reemplazar los focos antiguos con luz LED. What about recycled bottles and cans?
Should.
We should.
Good, we should. Here you are watching some of the possible solutions we can plant to the environmental problems, right? We should recycle bottles and cans. What about cutting down trees?
Shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't, that's right. We shouldn't cut down trees. No deberíamos, ¿no es cierto?, cortar ningún tipo de árbol because we would be damaging the environment. Okay, so now that you helped me with your answers, let's see the next questions, guys. You're going to see a picture. And I want you to help me answering these questions. What do you think each photo shows? What is each picture about? ¿De qué se trata cada una de estas imágenes? What do you think? What are these pictures about?
Textures. Textura.
Textures could be. Texturas podrían ser textures. What else? What do you think are these pictures about?
The forms.
Okay, we have two different kind of flowers, could be. What's this? What's this? Have you used it? What is
It's
this?
Velcro.
Ajá, es el que conocemos como velcro. Thank you, Jean-Pierre. What is this used for? ¿Para qué se utiliza?
Connection between.
Okay, to connect two things or two surfaces, ¿no? Conectar o unir dos superficies. When have you seen, or where have you seen this velcro? ¿Dónde han visto el velcro, este material?
In the shoes.
Excellent, and especially in children's shoes, right? En los zapatos de los niños. Oh my gosh, I see that almost everybody is or with COVID or you are with flu, right? Veo que todos están o con gripe o con COVID. Ahí está, por no cuidarse. Qué horror, guaguas.
Está haciendo mucho frío, por eso es. No hay nada de COVID.
No hay COVID, pero sí hay frío. Yes, I know it's very cold.
Oh, micro teacher.
Sí.
La vacuna también fue, dio reacción fea a algunos.
Sí, yo también me vacuné el lunes y parece que sí me dio reacción. Estoy como, no sé si fue la vacuna o el chocolate, pero se me inflamaron las amígdalas y no podía hablar ayer. Pero sí, están unas reacciones terribles. Oh, guys, take care a lot. Hay que cuidarse. What do you think is the connection between these two, this flower and the Velcro we have here? Do they have something in common? ¿Tendrán algo en común? Nothing in common, guys? Think about something that maybe can be related with both pictures. ¿En qué pueden relacionarse estas dos imágenes? No idea. Jairo, any idea of the...
Son materiales.
Tell me, Jean-Pierre, you were going to talk.
Son materiales que se unen, pero en inglés sería there are materials that can unite.
That can join something. Sí, el verbo para referirnos a unir sería put together, ¿no? O join, unir. These, well, both. Have you seen this flower? Ustedes seguramente no han visto esta flor, pero sí han sido víctimas de esa flor. What do I mean with victims of this flower? Have you gone maybe to the countryside and when you walk through the grass and you see down at your pants, maybe you're going to see that your pants or maybe your shoes are full of these little parts of the flower. We know this flower and these little parts of the flower as amores secos. Así se le conoce a esta flor. Have you had some of those on your clothes maybe? ¿Se les han pegado estos amores secos en su ropa?
Yes.
Yes,
Many
teacher.
times.
Yes, right? Yes. So we have been victims, as I said before, of this flower. Because when you walk on the forest, you get a lot of those, right? Se nos pegan un montón, especialmente si vamos con mascotas. Se pegan mucho a cualquier superficie. So these two pictures have something in common. We're going to see how scientists have been inspired by nature in order to create products that today are very useful for us. Okay, so let's check some of them. You're going to see a short video about how the scientists have get inspired with some natural things in order to make some inventions. So let me share with you the video. Give me a second and tell me, guys, if you can see the video. Can you see the video maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Pay attention and then you're going to tell me how many natural things were the inspiration of some objects, okay? So pay attention to the video and listen carefully, guys. Let me, no sé si está el volumen. Let me increase the volume of my computer. Listen clear. Pay attention, everybody.
Have you ever found nature to be inspiring? Some people find nature to be so inspiring that they use it to solve real-world problems. When models, systems, and elements of nature are imitated to solve problems, it's called biomimetics, or biomimicry. The invention of Velcro, commonly seen on children's shoes, was actually inspired by nature. Swiss electrical engineer Georges de Mestral found that plant burrs contained tiny hooks that could catch onto clothing. His curiosity was sparked after a hunting trip with his dog in the Alps, when he noticed that burdock burrs stuck onto his dog's fur. After much experimentation, Mestral was motivated to develop Velcro, a material based from plant burrs.
So guys, here we have how did the Velcro was created, right? It was inspired on this small flower that joins to every surface it touches. And here we have also the name of a new science. The science which studies or which inspired by nature tried to implement these principles of nature to some real life things, right? The biomimetics or biometric, I think it was, is the science that tries to apply nature foundations to some daily life maybe objects that can be helpful for us. Okay, guys, as you can see, or as you saw on the video, we know how to use Velcro. Now, talking about nature, ya que hablábamos de la naturaleza, I want you to tell me, what's the name of these places we see right here? Do you know how to say cascada in English?
Landscape.
Waterfall.
Waterfall, that's right. Waterfall would be the right word to describe this place, this natural place, no? Las cascadas, or in English, waterfalls. What about these? ¿Cómo nos referimos a una cueva?
Cave.
A cave. Very good, Johnny. So here we have a cave. What about the desert? What do you think? I already told you the answer.
Desert.
Desert. Ya les dije la respuesta, ¿no? With just one S, don't forget, this is something important or something we need to get into account. Sí, algo muy importante es que cuando nos referimos al desierto, a este tipo de paisaje o de lugar en específico, vamos a ocupar una sola S, ¿sí? Con doble S nos referimos a un postre y con una sola S sería el desierto. Okay, so keep in mind that just with one S when we want to talk about the sand or a place full of sand, okay, the desert. Let's continue with the next. What is this? ¿Qué será esta partecita de aquí? We have one very famous place like this in Ecuador called Bahía de Caracas. How do we say Bahía in English? Any idea? ¿Cómo nos referimos a una bahía, chicos? Start with B. Exactly. It would be a bay. Bay. The pronunciation would be with E, no? It's a bay. What about the next? I'm not sure if it's this one.
Stream.
It's a
Jungle.
jungle, could be. What else could be?
Rainforest.
Rainforest, exactly. Cuando nos referimos a los bosques húmedos, ¿no? O a los lugares donde siempre hay esa lluvia, como llovizna más bien. So a rainforest would be excellent. What about these, I think? Here we have the coast, which is like the part where the water arrives, or the limit, ¿sí? Sería la parte donde llega o reposa, ¿no? El agua de las costas. This would be the coast, and I think we have the rainforest. What about these? For example, I know that Ibarra is located in a place like this, en un valle. ¿Cómo diríamos valle? ¿Cómo nos referimos al Valle de los Chillos, al Valle del Chota, al Valle de Ibarra? How do you say that? Es muy, muy parecido.
Valley.
Valley, exactly. It's a valley. And finally, we have this very last geographic place. ¿Cómo dirían ustedes un riachuelo?
Creek.
Could be. But when we are talking about some a very small amount of water that it's flowing, could be a stream. Si un riachuelo o algo con poca cantidad de agua que está fluyendo sería un stream. Okay, guys, so keep in mind these words, and we're going to see some others. Right now, we're going to see some others. Ahora vamos a practicar otras más. Aquí tenemos algunos accidentes geográficos, right? We have some geography here, but we need to know some others. For example, I know maybe you are wondering, there's also a lagoon, a river, or a lake that can also be used as a nature word that it's missing. Let me show you the following game, okay? So you're gonna play with me. We're going to see on the screen some pictures of different places of nature. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
You're going to help me joining the word that it's going to show up on the screen with the corresponding picture. Okay, we're gonna match. Vamos a unir las frases con los dibujos. Which one do you think it's a lake, guys? ¿Cuál será un lago de todas las imágenes que tenemos aquí? Which one do you think is a lake?
Picture 5.
This one?
Yes, number
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Good. You got it. Let's see a volcano. What is it?
Number 3.
Number 3.
This one?
9.
No, teacher.
Yes, number 9.
La cuarta,
It's-
la de abajo.
Yes, number 9 or number 4 downstairs. Good. Very good. So what about a river? Which one is a river?
Number 6.
Number 6.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. This is a river. What about a desert?
Number
Five.
second row.
Number 2, right? Or the second down. Very good. What about a forest? Un bosque.
Number 1.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3,
Exactly.
second row.
Number 3 or number 1 down. Good. What about this? What is a mountain? Which one is a mountain right here?
Number 3.
Number 3, definitely. And what if we talk about an island?
Number 2.
Number 2. In this one, before we move on, I need to make some emphasis in the pronunciation, guys. Cuando ustedes vean esta palabra island, ¿sí? La S no se pronuncia. Okay, so we're gonna be just pronouncing island. Okay, it's going to be just island. Let's see the next, let's see the next word we have. Vamos a la siguiente palabra. Very good. We have just 3 remaining. Nos quedan solo 3. A waterfall.
Number 2.
Number 2, good. And a beach.
Number 2. Down.
Number 2
Number two.
again, right? This is the beach, the place where everybody would like to be right now. And the sea. This is the last picture we have, right? The sea. Well done, guys. Good job. You did an excellent work recognizing these geographical accidents or places. Good. So now that we know how do we say these specific places in English, we're moving to something that you know very well. Some of them, maybe you didn't know how to name it, but some others you know how to pronounce it. ¿Sí? Algunos de estos animales ustedes ya los conocen, ya sabían cómo se llamaban en inglés, pero otros tal vez sean nuevos. Okay, so we're going to practice the pronunciation of some wild animals. Okay, help me please pronouncing these ones. Jairo, can you help me with the first 4 animals, please?
Okay. Tiger, lion, cheetah, wolf.
Exactly. Tiger, lion, a cheetah, and a wolf. Very good. Let's move with the next 4. Can you help me pronouncing the next 4, please? Wendy? Are you there?
Deer, kangaroo, giraffe, and zebra.
Exactly. We have the deer, que serían los venados. A deer, a kangaroo, ¿sí? Un canguro, kangaroo, a giraffe, una jirafa, and a zebra, no, una cebra. Good. What about the next three? Can you help me, please, Johnny? Help me reading these four.
Okay, teacher. Panda, bear, polar bear, koala.
Yes. Here we have a panda bear, a bear, and a polar bear, and a koala. Good. Sí, tenemos los ositos. El oso panda, el oso tradicional, y tenemos el oso polar y los koalas. Let's see the next four. Can you help me, please? This time I'm going to ask to Michelle Ravelo. Help me pronouncing the next four, please.
Rhino, hippo, boar, elephant.
Good. We have a rhino, un rinoceronte, right? A rhino, an hippo, sí, un hipopótamo, an hippo, a boar, and an elephant. Good. Rinoceronte, hipopótamo, el jabalí, a boar, y un elefante. Good. Let's move with the next four. Jonathan, can you help me pronouncing the next four, please?
Yes, teacher. Fox, hyena, gorilla, and monkey.
Exactly. We have a fox, un zorro. We have a hiena, que sería una hiena, ¿verdad? A gorilla and a monkey. We have these four animals. And the last three we have right here. Can you help me pronouncing them, please, Nayeli?
Crocodile, porcupine, charmeleon.
Exactly. We have a crocodile. We have a porcupine. Sí, un puercoespín. Porcupine, and a chameleon. Tenemos un camaleón, right? A chameleon. So, I know that you're saying maybe at home, ay, teacher, yo ya sé estos animales, ¿para qué estamos revisando? Pay attention. I know that you know the name of some of them, but some others maybe we don't. What are we going to do now, guys? You're going to send 6 emojis to our class WhatsApp group, and you're going to write the name of a wild animal, okay, next to the emoji. Here we have the example of how are you going to send them. Sí, aquí tenemos un ejemplo de cómo van a enviar este ejercicio al grupo de WhatsApp. It's going to be the emoji followed by the name of the wild animal you choose. You're going to write 6 different wild animals, okay? Vamos, chicos. Take your phones and send, please, the emoji and the wild animals you choose. Vamos enviando el emoji del animal salvaje que eligieron y el nombre, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Go ahead, guys. New names of wild animals. Good. You named the crab, you named the eagle, a blowfish, good, a dolphin, a peacock, and a bat. Good. All of them were new. They weren't on the list we read before. And this is a good example of how good you are at writing or choosing maybe some new words. We are learning new words or some extra vocabulary in this case. Thank you, guys. Let's see what do we have here. we're gonna listen, guys, pay attention. We're gonna listen to a record. And you're going to tell me what are the missing words in these spaces. We have 8 spaces to fill. ¿Sí? Hay 8 espacios que completar. So you're going to help me completing with the words that are missing. Sí, vamos a escuchar el audio y me van a ayudar a completar estos espacios en blanco. Did you remember that previously at the beginning in the video, we talked about this science that is inspired in nature to make some things? ¿Sí? ¿Se acuerdan que vimos al inicio un video en el que nos explicaba que hay una ciencia que se inspira, ¿no es cierto?, en la naturaleza para crear ciertos objetos? Right? We're going to see which animal was the inspiration for these 3 different inventions. Vamos a ver cuál de estos animales también a la vez fue la inspiración para hacer este rabbit spider, a safety helmet, and a glass of water. ¿Ok? Sí, ¿en cuál de estos animales se inspiraron para hacer este robot araña, un casco de seguridad y un vaso de agua? So, pay attention, guys, and listen carefully. Listen carefully to the record. Escuchen con atención para que me puedan ayudar a llenar los espacios en blanco. Pay attention, everybody.
Track 2.8.
I visited biologist Andrew Parker to find out more about how the natural world has inspired everyday objects. Andrew, hello. What's this little animal you've got here?
It's a thorny dragon lizard from the Australian desert. As you can see, it's quite small, about 20 centimetres long, but it's an amazing animal. You see, what I'm really interested in is what this little creature can teach us about collecting water.
Okay.
So, as I said, this lizard lives in the desert in Australia, and as you know, it's an incredibly dry place. But this lizard manages to live there very successfully, and we've discovered one of the reasons for this. If the lizard puts a foot somewhere wet, even just a tiny, tiny bit wet, its skin pulls the water up and over its whole body. When the water reaches the lizard's mouth, it drinks it.
That's very clever.
Yes. On the lizard's skin, well, in fact, in the skin, we discovered there's like a system of very, very small pipes. So the skin collects the water and these pipes pull it towards the lizard's mouth.
That sounds really efficient.
Well, right, yeah. So, you see, we want to copy that system and use it in a device that collects water. If we are successful, the device will provide water for people who live in very dry environments.
That's fantastic. And what other ideas have we taken from nature?
Engineers are doing a lot with robots these days. For example, there's the rescue robot. It's just like a spider because it moves on 8 legs. And so it can move very quickly and make itself very small. So these rescue robots will be able to help people who are stuck in small spaces or who are trapped in buildings, for example, if there's an earthquake.
So they'll be able to help save lives?
Exactly. And then we're looking at seashells, which are very strong, but at the same time, they're very light. They don't weigh much at all. Scientists have discovered that seashells are made of lots of tiny blocks that fit together, but this makes them really hard to break. The plan is to copy this material to make safety equipment, such as gloves and helmets.
So this material will protect people like a shell protects a turtle?
That's right. And again, this could help save lives.
Okay, guys, we'll listen for the first time. As you can see, the first one was this thorny dragon lizard, and a specific kind of lizard. Tenemos un tipo de como de lagartija, ¿no? De reptil. ¿Qué fue la inspiración para cuál de estos tres objetos? A robot, a safety helmet, or a glass of water?
A glass of water.
A glass of water, exactly. They were talking about how to collect water, right? Nos hablaba de cómo coleccionar o cómo mantener el agua en un solo lugar. So it was the inspiration for a glass of water. The spider was obviously the inspiration for the rabbit spider. And we have the seashell, ¿no? Las conchitas del mar, que han sido la inspiración para hacer los cascos de seguridad. Now that we listen, guys, I'm going to repeat the record again so you can help me completing these blank spaces. ¿Sí? Voy a repetir nuevamente el audio para que me ayuden a completar los espacios en blanco que tenemos aquí. ¿Ok? Pay attention to the first part, please. Pongan atención a la primera parte para que me ayuden a completar las tres primeras palabras. Pay attention, guys.
Track 2.8.
I visited biologist Andrew Parker to find out more about how the natural world has inspired everyday objects. Andrew, hello. What's this little animal you've got here?
It's a thorny dragon lizard from the Australian desert. As you can see, it's quite small, about 20 centimetres long, but it's an amazing animal. You see, what I'm really interested in is what this little creature can teach us about collecting water.
OK.
So, as I said, this lizard lives in the desert in Australia, and as you know, it's an incredibly dry place. But this lizard manages to live there very successfully, and we've discovered one of the reasons for this. If the lizard puts a foot somewhere wet, even just a tiny, tiny bit wet, its skin pulls the water up and over its whole body. When the water reaches the lizard's mouth, it drinks it.
That's very clever.
Yes. On the lizard's skin, well, in fact, in the skin, we discovered there's like a system of very, very small pipes. So the skin collects the water and these pipes pull it towards the lizard's mouth.
That sounds really efficient.
Well, right, yeah. So, you see, we want to copy that system and use it in a device that collects water. If we are successful, the device will provide water for people who live in very dry environments.
That's fantastic. And what other ideas?
Okay, up to this point, guys, can you tell me what are the
That's fantastic.
that are missing here? What would be those words in the first part? One reptile, the thorny dragon lizard, can pull up water through pipes. In its what? ¿En qué parte del cuerpo puede detener el agua? What do you think?
Skin.
Very good, Javier. So it can pull up water through pipes in its skin. Sí, aquí nos dice que puede detener el agua a través de canales, ¿no? Como de tuberías que tiene en su piel. It has inspired a device which can. Esto ha inspirado a crear un objeto que, ¿qué hace con el agua?
Collect.
Exactly, can collect water, right? This has inspired a device which can collect water. This will help to people who live in very, what do you think? Podría ayudar a la gente que vive en qué tipo de ambientes.
Dry.
Very dry environments. Good, Michelle. Sí, en ambientes muy secos. Podría ayudar a que la gente que vive en ambientes secos tenga disponibilidad agua, right? Let's listen now about the spider robot. Okay, let's listen about the spiders and help me completing the next 3 words, okay? Nuevamente volvemos a escuchar y vamos a completar las 3 palabras siguientes. Pay attention, guys.
And what other ideas have we taken from nature?
Engineers are doing a lot with robots these days. For example, there's the rescue robot. It's just like a spider because it moves on 8 legs, and so it can move very quickly and make itself very small. So these rescue robots will be able to help people who are stuck in small spaces or who are trapped in buildings, for example, if there's an earthquake.
So they'll be able to help save lives.
Exactly. And then we're looking at seashells, which are very...
So, up to this point,
They'll be able to help save...
which ones do you think are the missing words? Most spiders can move. La mayoría de las arañas pueden moverse
Very quickly.
very quickly. Good. So they can go or they can move quickly, right? Se pueden mover muy rápido o rápidamente and make themselves very small. Sí, se pueden hacer ellas mismas muy chiquititas. This has inspired the invention of, ¿qué tipo de robot es este? ¿Qué hace? What kind of robot is this? Is this a spider robot?
Rescue.
Rescue, good, good, Tupac. So it's a rescue robot. Un robot de rescate, permite rescatar, ¿no es cierto? Rescue people who are trapped, ¿no es cierto? Nos permite rescatar o ayudar a personas que están atrapadas en, ¿qué será? Cuando uno está atrapado en un lugar, ¿qué? Grande, pequeño.
Small, pequeño.
Small, good. In small spaces, right? When you are trapped in small spaces. Good. Well done, guys, up to this point. Now, we're moving to the last part. We're going to see, or we're going to listen about the seashells. Sí, vamos a escuchar sobre las conchitas. Let's listen, everybody, and help me with the 2 remaining words.
Save lives.
Exactly. And then we're looking at seashells, which are very strong, but at the same time, they're very light. They don't weigh much at all. Scientists have discovered that seashells are made of lots of tiny blocks that fit together, but this makes them really hard to break. The plan is to copy this material to make safety equipment, such as gloves and helmets.
So this material will protect people like a shell protects a turtle.
That's right. And again, this could help save lives.
Okay, guys. So what are the 2 remaining missing words? ¿Cuáles serían las 2 palabras que nos hacen falta? Seashells are very ¿Cómo son las conchitas?
Strong.
Strong. They are very strong. Good. Son fuertes, no son duras. They are strong and light. Son duras, pero son ligeras o son livianas. This has inspired the production of material for safety. What do you think is the missing word? ¿Cómo dirían equipo de seguridad?
Team security.
Ese sería un equipo formado por personas. Me refiero al equipo de trabajo, es decir, a los implementos de trabajo.
Equipment.
Equipment, exactly. That's the difference between the two words. Sí, ya de paso tenemos la diferencia entre ambos tipos de equipo, ¿no? El equipo que es conformado por personas sería un team, un grupo o un equipo, y el equipment se refiere básicamente a un objeto, ¿no? A los objetos o materiales que se ocupan para algo. That's the equipment. In this case, we have the safety equipment, ¿no? El equipo de seguridad, es decir, casco. We have such as gloves, ¿no? Los guantes o cascos que son equipos de seguridad. Thank you, guys. So as you can see here we have 3 animals that has been the inspiration of some useful daily life objects. So now that you have come up to this point and now you know how to use them, you're going to analyze in a Google form. Once again, let me share with you the Google form. You're going to analyze some phrases. Van a analizar un par de frases. Can you see the screen? Can you see the Google form?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So here we have some sentences. We have zero conditional and you have the example. And you have first conditional and also you have a sentence right after with the example, okay? Tenemos tanto un ejemplo para el zero conditional como para el first conditional. What are you going to do, guys? In your groups, you're going to read carefully these 2 examples and you're going to answer these questions, these rules. Van a completar las reglas, ¿sí? So choose the right conditional to complete the rule. The zero or first conditional talk about what will probably happen in the future as a result of something. ¿Cuál de los dos será? Y así vamos a continuar completando las 4 reglas que tenemos aquí. Okay. So let me share with you the link. And don't forget, guys, to work with your classmates. No se olviden de trabajar en grupo. Analicen las oraciones y traten de completar las diferentes reglas. So we can start with the explanation of zero and first conditional. Can you see the link on the chat, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Open the link and enter to your groups, guys. You're going to have 10 minutes to discuss and to complete the rules. Sí, vamos a tener 10 minutos para completar las reglas y para poder, completar el ejercicio. 10 minutes to do it, guys. You can enter to your groups now. Pueden ya ingresar a sus grupos. Enter to your groups.
Look at the sentence and answer the following questions. 1. Zero conditional if the lizard puts a foot somewhere with. If the skin pulls the water up and over its whole body. 2. First conditional. If we are successful, the device will provide water for people who live in very dry environments.
Okay, everybody's in the main room now. Ya que todos volvieron a la clase, a la sesión principal, after discussing groups these, we're going to see what were the options you chose. Okay, so with the zero conditional, we had this example. If the lizard puts a foot somewhere wet, its skin pulls the water up and over its whole body. And in the second, we have the first conditional example. We have, if we are successful, that device will provide water for people who live in very dry environments. So, what do you think is the answer for number 1? Choose the right conditional to complete the rule. Which conditional talks about the what will probably happen in the future as a result of something? What do you think? Zero or first conditional?
First condition.
First condition.
Okay, first conditional then. And what about the second rule? Which one talks about what always happens as a result of something? Zero.
Conditional. Zero condition.
Zero conditional, exactly. Then we have 2 more questions. We can use if or when to talk about things which will possibly can happen. What do you think? Or if. Exactly, we're going to use if with, when we talk about things that will possibly happen. And what about the next? We can use if or when for things which will definitely happen.
When?
When, exactly. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Miren, hasta el momento han acertado en todas las respuestas. You work very well, guys. Here we're going to see why. We're going to make a very fast review of this first and zero conditional. As you can see here, in all the conditionals, you're going to get two parts, right? We have the condition and we have the result. En todos los condicionales, recuerden que teníamos 2 partes. La primera parte, primera cláusula o primera oración que denota la condición, ¿sí? La if clause, es decir, si haces esto, si compras esto, si lees esto, ¿no es cierto? Estamos condicionando algo. Y la segunda parte o la segunda cláusula, que es la que describe el resultado o la consecuencia, ¿no es cierto? En este caso, nosotros nos vamos a enfocar en el zero and the first conditional. What happens with these two? ¿Qué pasa con estos dos? Cuando ocupamos el zero conditional, ¿sí? El zero conditional, como ustedes me acabaron de decir, nos permite a nosotros hablar de, o lo vamos a utilizar para eventos o resultados o condiciones que siempre son verdaderas. Es decir, que no hay, no pueden modificarse, ¿sí? For example, here we have, the zero conditional describes events and results that happen regularly or are always true, ¿sí? Es decir, para eventos o situaciones que son, que se realizan regularmente y que son siempre ciertas, no van a cambiar. For example, here we have, if the lizard gets scared, it hides, ¿sí? Si la lagartija se asusta, se esconde. No, es un hecho. Siempre que se asustan, siempre se esconden. The same happens, for example, let me write another example right here. You get zeros, right? If you get bad grades, you fail. Si tienen malas notas, reprueban. No hay nada que pueda modificarse, ¿no? O sea, es algo real. Siempre que tenemos malas notas, reprobamos o perdemos la materia, right? If you get bad grades, you fail. Can you guys tell me in which tense is the verb in both clauses? ¿En qué tiempo están los verbos en ambas partes de la oración? What's the tense in the zero conditional? ¿En qué tiempo están los verbos en el zero conditional? Are they in future? Are they in past? Are they in present? What do you think?
Present.
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 Exactly. This zero conditional, sí, este condicional cero, es el condicional más básico de todos. ¿Por qué? Porque en ambas cláusulas, tanto en la if clause como en la main clause, es decir, tanto en la condición como en el resultado, los verbos van a estar en el mismo tiempo. Es decir, ambos estarán en presente. So, if you get roughed or if you get still, you will, or you get frustrated, you get nervous or whatever, right? Si te asaltan, te pones nervioso, ¿sí? O te frustras o lo que sea. Entonces, este zero conditional nos permite hablar de cosas que son verdaderas, ¿no? Que siempre van a ser verdaderas. Tanto la condición como el resultado. What happened with the first conditional? Con el primer condicional ya cambia un poquito. Cuando ocupamos el first conditional, este first conditional lo vamos a ocupar siempre que hablamos de situaciones a futuro. Okay, the first conditional describes possible future events and the expected results of those events. Okay, we use the present tense in the if clause and the future form in the main clause. Aquí ya tenemos cuál es la fórmula. ¿Sí? Este first conditional siempre se utiliza, look at this, cuando tienen la if clause, es decir, la cláusula o la oración de la condición, va a estar, look at this, it's gonna be in present tense, va a estar en presente. La primera parte del first conditional, la que lleva el if, va a estar en presente. ¿Sí? Si esta condición se cumple, hay más de un 90% de probabilidad de que ese futuro o esa consecuencia a futuro sí se dé. Es muy probable de que pase. ¿Sí? Entonces, este first conditional lo ocupamos cuando son eventos o situaciones que son muy posibles de que sucedan. ¿Sí? La primera parte, como veíamos, la if clause va a estar en presente y como hablamos de situaciones a futuro, ¿no? El resultado o la main clause va a llevar el auxiliar will del futuro para referirse a lo que podría pasar, ¿no? A la consecuencia. Look at this. We have the second part of the sentence with will. Sí, es decir, que la segunda parte del first conditional va a ir con will. This is how we use the zero and first conditional. Don't forget about these guys. And just for you to see what or how is it going to be, I'm going to show you an extra page. Vamos a ver otra página donde podemos ver como que más claro la diferencia entre los dos condicionales. Pay attention, guys. Let me share the next page, but first let's erase this. Okay, here we have, look at this. Zero conditional and first conditional. You have the structure and when do you use. Don't forget, zero conditional, the easiest. El cero condicional, el más fácil. Presente, presente. Para cosas que son verdaderas, que no van a cambiar, ¿no? Si toco el fuego, me quemo, ¿no es cierto? If I touch the fire, I burn, ¿no? And the first conditional, sí, el primer condicional, la cláusula if con presente y la segunda cláusula, la main clause, iría con futuro para hablar de situaciones probables al futuro. Here we have some examples. If it rains, no, if it rains, I will stay at home. Si llueve, me voy a quedar en la casa, ¿no? Es decir, que si la condición se cumple, si llueve, es o hay un 90% de probabilidad de que me quede en la casa, ¿no? I will stay home. So, don't forget about the structure of the zero and first conditional because you're going to help me make this or complete these exercises. Help me, guys. If it rains a lot tomorrow, what would you use in this sentence? ¿Cómo completarían esta oración? Si llueve mucho mañana, ¿cómo completarían esta first conditional? Stalin, how would you complete this one?
Will sunbathe in the garden.
Ok, si llueve mucho mañana, nos vamos a broncear en el jardín.
No. Entonces,
One go for a picnic.
Good. Would be letter A, right? We won't go. Utilizamos el futuro, en este caso negativo. We won't go for a picnic, right? Si llueve mucho mañana, no iremos de picnic. No, we won't go for a picnic. What about the next? ¿Cómo nos quedaría la siguiente? If I need your help with the project, si necesito ayuda con el proyecto,
I will telephone you.
I will telephone you. Good. I will phone you, right? Si es que llego a necesitar ayuda, pues te llamaré. Good. Let's continue with the next. She will forgive you if you. Ella te va a perdonar si tú.
If you say you are sorry.
Exactly. Aquí tenemos lo contrario. Si ustedes se fijan, empezamos con la consecuencia, ¿no? La consecuencia es que va a ser perdonado, ¿no? Ella te va a perdonar si tú dices que lo sientes. If you say you're sorry. Right? Es decir que tenemos que ocupar después del if el verbo en presente. So she will forgive you if you say you are sorry. Good. And the last one we have right here. If the weather is bad this weekend, si el clima está malo este fin de semana,
We want to swim in the lake.
we won't swim in the lake. Good. No vamos a poder nadar en el lago, ¿verdad? So we won't swim in the lake. Good, very good, guys. Let's see some other examples. Help me, guys, with this. ¿Cómo completarían estas? Number one, we have plants if they enough water. ¿Qué será? First,
Plants will die if
okay. Tell me, Jean-Pierre.
plants will die if they don't get enough water.
Exactly. Plants will die, ¿no es cierto? Se van a morir las plantitas si no tienen suficiente agua. Plants will die if they don't get, en presente, don't get enough water. Good. What about the next? We have many fish. Muy parecida. How would it be this one? Let me ask to Dani Díaz, ¿cómo nos quedaría esta? Many fish if we the water. Hello, guys. First conditional with this one. Charlie, can you help me with this one, please? Many fish.
Will die.
Many fish will die. Okay.
We don't populate.
Ojo, me dices, muchos pescaditos van a morir si no contaminamos el agua.
Populate the weather.
If we pollute the water, exactly. Si contaminamos, ¿no es cierto? Si hay contaminación, van a morir. So, if we pollute the water. This verb pollute means contaminar. So, many fish will die if we pollute the water. ¿No? Van a morir si contaminamos el agua. Let's see this one. Vamos a ver. Can you help me with this one, please? Los molinos de viento, windmills. ¿Cómo nos quedará aquí? Los molinos de viento no funcionan cuando no hay viento.
Windmills don't work when there is other teacher.
There is.
When there is not wind. When there isn't wind.
When there is no wind, exactly. So windmills won't work no funcionarán. ¿Sí? Los molinos de viento no funcionarán o no funcionan, don't work would be. Aquí tenemos un zero conditional. Zero conditional. So windmills don't work en presente, presente, presente. They don't work when there is no wind. ¿Sí? No funcionan cuando no hay viento. Tenemos el caso de presente, presente. So it's a zero conditional. Here we have another. Think if it's zero conditional or maybe first conditional. How would you complete this? ¿Cómo completarían este? If you organic food, you a lot healthier.
Will it?
¿Cómo nos quedaría?
If you will eat organic food, you feel a lot healthier.
Cuando teníamos el if, ¿cómo iba el verbo? En el first conditional.
En
Presente.
pasado. Bueno, en pasado, ¿verdad, teacher?
Mm-mm.
¿Presente? Ah, ya.
Presente. ¿Cómo nos quedaría entonces? If you
Eat.
If you eat en presente, if you eat organic food. Si comes comida orgánica. ¿Y el futuro?
You
Will feel.
You will feel. Si te sentirás mucho más saludable, ¿no? Si comes ahorita comida orgánica, te vas a sentir después muy saludable. Good. So, here we have a zero conditional. Vamos a hacer un zero conditional. How would it be this one? ¿Cómo nos quedaría este zero conditional? When you water in the fridge. Anita?
And when you put water in the fridge, it freezes.
Good. When you put water on the fridge, it freezes, right? Es una verdad absoluta, algo que va a pasar, no va a cambiar. Si ponemos agua en el congelador, se va a congelar, ¿no? It freezes. Good. The same happens with the next example. Lo mismo sucede con el siguiente ejemplo. How would it be zero conditional in this one? ¿Cómo sería un zero condicional en la siguiente?
She arrives at school on time when she catch the 8 o'clock.
Okay, so she arrives. Acuérdense que cuando tengan he, she, it con presente aumentamos la S, ¿no? She arrives at the school on time when she catches the 8 o'clock bus, right? Ella llega a tiempo a la escuela cuando toma el bus de las 8, ¿cierto? Eso es una verdad. Siempre que coge el bus de las 8 va a llegar a tiempo. So it won't change. Here we have some zero and first conditional examples. Sí, hemos hecho algunos zero conditional y otros con first conditional. Don't forget the difference between both. Up to this point, guys, do you have some question about this? ¿Tienen dudas o preguntas sobre el tema? Zero conditional, first conditional. No questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. At least revivió ahí, George. Good. Thank you, guys. So now that you have helped me with this, let's just do the last part. Vamos a la última parte, okay? Let's use this. Here we have 6 verbs on the box right here. Sí, aquí tenemos 6 verbos. Can you guys help me using these verbs in this reading? Ayúdenme a ocupar esos verbos en esta lectura, okay? So help me completing the reading with this. Be of fooling, do sharks have the answer? Help me completing the first part, please, Eduarda. Can you help me with number 1? What would it be? ¿Cómo completaríamos esta lectura? Help me reading, please, number 1. Eduarda, are you there?
Teacher Edu me dice que tiene problemas con el audio.
Yes, because I cannot listen to her. Help me then the first part or completing the first part, please. Marcelo, can you help me with number 1?
When tiny plants and animals attach themselves to the surface of a ship, they follow.
Okay, good. Let's do number 1 and number 2. So when tiny plants and animals attach themselves to the surface of a ship, they, what do you think? Make fits better, right? Make the ship slower. Aquí tenemos dos verbos, ¿no? Cuando las plantas y los animales se adhieren a la superficie de un barco, hacen que el barco vaya más lento, ¿no? They make the ship slower. This is called, can you help me with the next part, please? Help me completing this. Kathy, can you help me with this one, please?
Teacher?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yet when the same plants and animals susceptible to attack enemies to sharks, skin. Okay.
Okay. So this is called biofouling, and it costs ship owners a lot of time and money to sort out. Yet when same plants and animals and Kathy told us the verb succeed, but it's not succeed. Which one do you think? Cuando las plantas y los animales. Aquí tenemos, esto es llamado biofouling. Y les cuesta, ¿no? A los dueños de los barcos o de los botes mucho tiempo y dinero, ¿no? Planificar o preparar esto. Yet, when the same plants, aun cuando las mismas plantas y animales, how would you say, which verb would you use here?
Fine.
Try.
Try. Ujú. Cuando intentan, ¿no? Cuando estas mismas plantas o animales intentan adherirse a la piel del tiburón, they, what do you think?
Fall off, teacher.
Fall off, exacto, se caen.
Teacher, antes no se prendía mi audio, perdón.
Don't worry. Don't worry, ya te escuché ahora. They fall off, ¿no? Ellas se caen, no logran adherirse o pegarse a la piel del tiburón. Let's see why. Vamos a ver por qué. This is because shark skin is made of lots of tiny scales. ¿Sí? Está hecha de pequeñas escamas that look like tiny teeth. ¿Sí? Que se parecen a dientes diminutos. So, help me complete in the next. Scientists are working on a new kind of paint for ships based on this clever natural design. If they, ¿qué será? If they succeed, right? Los científicos están trabajando en un tipo de pintura que funcione como la piel del tiburón, ¿no? Si esto sucede, si logran tener éxito, ¿no? If they succeed, ship owners around the world, si los dueños de los barcos, ¿qué pasará?
Save, Milla.
Save.
Okay. Pay attention to this. Pongan mucha atención a esta última frase. Es un first conditional. If they succeed, si tienen éxito, ¿qué va a pasar en el futuro?
Will save.
They will save, exactly. They will save a lot of money, ¿no? Million of pounds each year. Y si ellos tienen éxito, van a ahorrarse muchas libras o mucho dinero con los barcos. Okay, guys. So, try to make some sentences using this zero or first conditional, okay? Here we have some beginnings. Aquí tenemos algunos inicios. When I get cold, ¿sí? Cuando me hace frío yo, ¿qué pasa? When I need to study for an exam, ¿sí? Cuando necesito estudiar para un examen, ¿qué sucede? Acuérdense que tanto en el first conditional como en el zero conditional pueden encontrarse ya sea con if o con when, ¿sí? La palabra if nos va a permitir hablar de cosas que son posibles de que sucedan y la palabrita when cuando las cosas definitivamente van a suceder, son ciertas como en el zero conditional. For example, how would you do this one? ¿Cómo me responderían esta? When I get cold, cuando tengo frío, ¿qué pasa? Any answer? Help me with your...
Put gloves.
I put some gloves, okay. Y me pongo guantes. Si me hace frío, me pongo guantes. Es algo que siempre sucede, ¿no? Let's see the next one. How would you complete this one. When I need to study for an exam. Cuando necesito estudiar para un examen, yo. What do you do?
I sit down to study.
I sit down. Okay. I sit down in a quiet place to study, could be, right? Me siento en un lugar silencioso para estudiar. Good. What about this one? If I go to a party where I don't know anyone, si voy a una fiesta donde no conozco a nadie, yo, ¿qué es lo que harían probablemente?
I will be nervous.
I will be nervous. Good. I will be nervous. Good. Yo estaría nervioso, ¿no? What about number 4? If it rains today, si llueve el día de hoy. What will you do or what won't you do?
I wouldn't leave the house.
Okay. I won't leave the house. Remember that will auxiliar. I won't leave the house. No voy a salir de la casa, ¿no es cierto? Si llueve hoy, no voy a salir de la casa. What about number 5? If I am not too busy this weekend. Si no estoy muy ocupado el fin de semana.
I will see a movie.
Okay, I will watch a movie. Siempre que estamos o nos referimos a películas, el verbo por excelencia va a ser watch, porque van a mirar fijamente o con atención algo, ¿no? I will watch a movie. Good. What about the last one? ¿Cómo nos quedaría la última? If I get up early tomorrow, si se despiertan temprano mañana, what would you do?
I will do exercise.
Excellent. So if I wake up early tomorrow, I will do some exercise. Good. So keep in mind that, guys. Tomen en cuenta esos pequeños detalles. Cuando es first conditional, la if clause en presente y la segunda parte en futuro, ¿no? Con will. Will o won't. Y si es un zero conditional, remember that it's always going to be in present. Si es un conditional cero, ambas van en presente. So you don't have so much problems with this. Okay, you help me completing this with your own ideas. Now, we have some things to do. Sí, tenemos un par de cosas que hacer. Let me show you the classwork you have for today. Sí, hoy tenemos 3 ejercicios. Tenemos classwork, tenemos un speaking practice y tenemos un homework. Sí, así que vamos